Mars conjunct Neptune in Pisces, the more neutral perspective. Bearing in mind that wherever Mars touches, it brings an element of physical projectiveness and assertiveness. And yet, wherever Neptune touches, it brings an element of dissolution, of dissolving, of refinement. And you put these two energies together, often they're not that compatible, especially in somewhere like Pisces. But wait a minute, Pisces is sort of much more altruistic, dreamy, spiritual, sensual, artistic, refined, subtle, empathic, intuitive, but also very watery, very gentle, very emotional. Now you'd think that Mars isn't that comfortable there, and most of the time it's not. It can't express itself, it can't be physical, not in an assertive and projective way, so it's got difficulties there. However, when it's conjunct Neptune, the difficulties are so much that it's compounded into something that actually breaks through and becomes quite healthy. At the neutral level, you find Mars conjunct Neptune in the charts of people whom become great actors or actresses, mediums, psychics, channelers, musicians particularly, film producers, photographers. These are people who capture a moment of time and build a narrative around it, whether it's in music, story or picture. There's always going to be an element of movement in the art form of these people, which is why Mars conjunct Neptune is so common in the horoscopes of particularly unorthodox contemporary dancers, as opposed to the more orthodox and natural side of dance. And of course, Mars conjunct Neptune, well, it's in the sign of Pisces. So now Pisces deals with the deep seas, the oceans, the water. Mars conjunct Neptune does speak on the one hand of a kind of upsurge of fire from the sea, whether it's an oil well going up or an earthquake or a volcano. But I prefer to look at this in a more positive light and suggest that there's a great upsurge of warm, hot water, metaphorically, coming out of all of us. And it does point to a more evocative, emotionally charged time in all of us, but also one where we can identify with core feelings, not superficial emotions which require other people to trigger them, but innate, internalized, personalized feeling at a core, internal, soul-based level. Mars conjunct Neptune here is going to create a yearning, a longing for the more subtle, the more refined, the more gentle, the more sensual, and hopefully the more inspirational as well. It can create a sense of fatigue and weariness temporarily. And with some people it's going to bring an element of confusion. Here I'm looking at the Sagittarius born from the 28th to the 30th of November. The Geminis born from the 25th to the 28th. The Geminis born from the 25th to the 28th of May, the Pisces born from the 27th to the 29th of February, and the Virgos born from the 29th to the 31st of August. You're the ones being most strongly affected by the Mars-Neptune conjunction, but I urge you to get out there and sweat. I urge you to go swimming, to go dancing, to go for a sauna, to kind of let your body have its way with you. Trust your body if you're one of these people, because Mars conjunct Neptune here is a really good aspect for flushing the body through, the drinking of lots of warm water. I always have my 2 coffees a day and then I'm on hot water for the rest of the day. The putting of hot water through the system now is going to create a healthy flush, which is potentially going to bring a lot of the toxins and flush them away. I kind of like Mars conjunct Neptune. At the neutral level, it does give the push to become more artistic and sensual in a projective and assertive way. It has to be seen as a more subtle and gentle energy and not to be abused. Mars conjunct Neptune in a neutral way brings the willingness to put physical energy into transpersonal and spiritual development through some type of physical, artistic practice. Enjoy the dancing. Catch you later.